The harshest truth you will ever hear about success is this: if you are trying to do everything yourself, nobody is going to take you seriously. In fact, you are probably wasting your own time. Welcome to Enter Talks. I am Davyd Kyrylyuk, and today we need to have a very uncomfortable conversation about the lies we have all been told about what it takes to scale your life and your business. Since we were kids, we have this stubborn pride built into us. I'm going to do it myself. It's cute when you are 4 years old, but if you let that mindset survive into your 20s and 30s, you are going to end up burned out, stressed, and hitting an invisible ceiling that you cannot break through. As a human beings, we are obsessed with the word how. How do I build this business? How do I file these taxes? How do I run these ads? How do I scale this project? Stop asking how. The question is never how. The question is who. The second you stop trying to be the hero who does everything, and you say, who do you I know can do just this for me? All the stress in your life evaporates. There is no more steep learning curve. There is no more spending hours trying to figure out a system you hate. There is only you finding the right person and saying, tell me what you need me to do so you can get this done. But why is it so hard for us to let go? Why do we stay stuck doing the grueling work ourselves? It comes down to your environment. I am going to tell you something that might hurt your feelings. Your immediate environment, your close friends, and sometimes even your family are probably the biggest reasons you are failing to scale. It's a classic crabs in the bucket mentality. The second you try to climb out, the second you decide to hire help, delegate, or elevate your life, they pull you back down. They project their own limiting beliefs onto you. If you are taking notes, write this down. Harvard University did a 75-year study, the longest study they ever conducted. They tracked 100 families over decades to see who became wealthy and who stayed broke. Do you know what the number one determining factor for success and wealth was? It wasn't their grades. It wasn't their inheritance. It wasn't their college they went to. It was simply who they spent their time with. You are nothing but a pure reflection of the people you spend your time with. Period. Think about how this plays out in real life. There is a massive difference between a cheap environment and premium environment. When you go to the absolute cheapest networking event or hang out around people who are just trying to get by, what are they doing? They are complaining. They are playing the victim. They are talking about how unfair the system is. But when you pay a premium to get into better rooms, whether that's a highest tier mastermind, a better neighborhood, or even just upgrading where you spend your daily time, the entire frequency changes. You are suddenly surrounded by people who are building, delegating, and collaborating. There is zero complaining. It's all, hey, what are you working on? How can I help you with that? But getting into those rooms requires you to unlearn almost everything you were taught growing up. A lot of us inherited a very intense work ethic from our parents. We were taught, If it's going to get done right, you just have to do it yourself. We watched the generation before us work that they absolute guts out. But because they didn't know how to delegate, the second they found a little bit of success, they would blow up their progress because they didn't believe they deserve to operate at a higher level without breaking their backs. We repeat that exact same cycle. You might be running a successful business right now, making great money, but if you are the one doing every little task, talking to every customer, and putting out every fire, you are operating out of pure ego. You might be making money, but you are miserable and trapped into a job created for yourself. To break out of this, you need radical accountability. Imagine paying a high-level business consultant $500 an hour. You sit down for your first meeting and they look at your chaotic business and give you one piece of homework. You need to hire an assistant before we speak again. If you come back a month later and you haven't done it because you thought, I can just do it myself, a real mentor won't cuddle you. A real mentor will look you in the eye, stand up and say, you are fired. Get out of here. I don't work with people who do not take actions. Isn't that what we all need? Somebody to look us dead in the eyes and hold us accountable. We all need that push to finally pull out our phones, go online and hire that assistant or that manager. Because that single hire is what will change your entire life. That is the moment you unlearn what society taught you. That is the moment you realize that spending money to buy back your time and spending money to get into the right rooms is the ultimate cheat code to life. If you are listening to this right now, exhausted, overworked, and frustrated, you have to understand the number one rule of scaling your life. What got you to do to replace you? What got you to the place you are at the right now will not get you to the place you need to be. Stop being the bottleneck in your own life. Stop asking how and go find your who. Upgrade your environment. Get around people who collaborate instead of complain. And watch how fast your life changes. I am Davyd Kyrylyuk. Thank you for watching Enter Talks.